For some reason, the SD card must just draw too much power for this 5-volt AES. This is the one I started out with, and this is the one they sent me to test. And sure enough, I have no issues with this cartridge on my AES whatsoever. Hey there everybody, Travis Bowman here. I'm a fingerstyle guitar player and retro video game nerd. This is a follow-up to a video that I did a few days ago regarding the Neo SD Pro, which is a flash cartridge for the Neo Geo, specifically the Neo Geo AES, although they are making similar cartridges for the MVS. This is specific to my AES, the troubles that I seem to be having. Long story short, I'm getting really terrible, nasty graphical artifacts and glitches on my console, and it seems to be just specific to my board revision, which is the first revision. It's the NEO-AES, NEO-AES. Now I'm trying to reach out to Terraonion to see if they can fix this problem, or at least make them aware about it so they can let their customers know that it is an issue with the first model AES. Like I stated in my previous video, I have heard nothing back from Terraonion. Alex at Terraonion seems to be on vacation right now, and apparently he's the only guy that deals with these issues. But long story short, I'm seeing that there's a lot of issues with Terraonion regarding their customer service or lack thereof. What I've got right here is the Neo SD Pro. It is a flash cartridge with a lot of extra features for your Neo Geo AES. You can actually use this to play some Neo Geo CD games, which is a feature that's specific to the Pro model. And right here, thanks to Stone Age Gamer, I also have the Neo SD, the regular version, the non-professional version. This is a lot of money, by the way. Long story short, I reached out to Stone Age Gamer. I got my Neo SD Pro from them, and I reached back out to them to let them know that I was having some issues, and they actually came back to me with a story about another gentleman that was having the very same issue with the exact same revision, NEO-AES. So we were thinking, well, maybe this is something that's specific to this particular board revision. So they sent me the Neo SD, which is not the Pro version. This is the one I started out with, and this is the one they sent me to test. And sure enough, I have no issues with this cartridge on my AES whatsoever. But I believe the reason for that is because for some reason, the Pro version, the SD card must just draw too much power for this 5-volt AES. There are two different types of power that the Neo Geo AES can handle, and it's 5-volt and 9-volt. Sure enough, the first revision is only 5-volt. And I've tried 3 different power supplies, I've tried 3 different SD cards, and I'm getting the same issue. It seems to be kind of inconsistent. I've tried the trick where you take the cartridge out of the slot and put it back in. Nothing. I've tried this for weeks now with no results other than the same graphical glitches on my television screen. And like I stated in the previous video, I just had my console professionally recapped. It's been cleaned, thoroughly tested with another cartridge, and this is the only thing. It's just this cartridge right here, the Neo SD Pro, that seems to be having these issues. Quite honestly, I would not be surprised if this issue is never acknowledged, much less actually resolved. So yes, this is a video trying to reach out to Terraonion, but I'm also trying to reach out to those of you who actually might have a 5-volt AES console. And this is a warning to you. Make sure that you know what you're buying if you have a first revision 5-volt AES console. In fact, after getting into some of the forums and the Discord and the Facebook groups, a lot of people have told me quite the opposite, that they have no issues with the Neo SD Pro with their 5-volt console. So my questions have always been, well, what revision is it? Can you open it up and check the board? And a lot of people just don't want to do that, which I understand why, but this is 2 confirmed cases now of the Neo-AES board revision just not meshing well with this Neo SD Pro at all. So I think that's enough to make a case that, hey, you guys should probably look into this. And I promise you, I realize that this is such a very specific issue, and we're really cutting it down to the number of people that actually own a first revision AES. I realize that that number is probably very small. But still, $650 is not a small number. For a console like this, spending this type of money, most people are willing to do it. Those people that are super into the Neo Geo AES, yes, they do. Terraonion, you guys make some of the best products out there. To be honest, I really love the Neo SD Pro from what I can see of it, but the graphical glitches just prohibit me from actually enjoying it. But you guys have done an amazing job with this. I mean, adding CD games, Neo Geo CD games, on your AES is a phenomenal achievement. And it's awesome. It really is. I understand that there's probably a very, very small number of people that still own a first revision Neo Geo AES, and that's a very small number. And I could see that it's probably easy for you not to care about those people. $650 is not a small number. It just isn't. It really isn't. And I'm just trying to look out for those who might run into this problem in the future. So please, please look into this. Get your hands on a first revision console and do some testing of your own, and please fix this if you can. And if you can't, make a disclaimer and letting people know that, hey, you're probably going to have some issues if you have a Neo Geo AES first revision 5 volt. People need to know that. That's my only thing. That's my only thing. Big thanks to Stone Age Gamer for sending me the Neo SD, the regular version, for testing. And sure enough, it works just fine. I've had 0 issues. I've tested a bajillion games on this so far. It took a long time, because if you know anything about the Neo SD, you know that you can only load up one game at a time, and it has to flash before you can actually play it. Depending on the size of the game, that might take a while, 30 seconds to, I think, 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes is the longest. I'm not really sure, but it does take a while to do this. I would much rather have this than deal with the luxury of having 5 slots and then having to deal with the graphical glitches. It's really bad. So moral of the story, if you were going to get a flash cartridge for your Neo Geo, I would highly recommend that you get it from Stone Age Gamer, because at least with Stone Age Gamer, you will have some level of customer support. They're not going to leave you hanging. They're not going to tell you, hey, check back in September, even though you spent $600 right now and you're having an issue and you can't use the product that you spent money on. They will get with you as soon as they can, and they will at least offer to help and try to help you troubleshoot it, which to me is worth a lot. That's awesome. Thank you guys at Stone Age Gamer for caring about your customer base. That's a really good thing that you're doing. So I'm realizing that I'm probably one of the only people that has both cartridges. I paid for both of these, by the way. I'm obviously going to send this one back for a refund, because I can't really do anything with it with my current equipment. But as of right now, I have both cartridges. Really expensive. Like I said, this is over $1,000 worth of stuff. So I'm definitely going to do a comparison video between the two, despite the fact that my hardware can't really do much with the Neo SD Pro, but I'm still going to do it anyway. And I'm going to do some more videos on the Neo Geo AES, because I think it's an incredibly cool piece of gaming history. Thank you guys for watching this video, and thanks everybody in the comments on my previous video, and I'm sure people are going to comment on this one as well, for sharing your experiences with your specific console revisions, as well as your experiences with Terraonion. It's not looking good for these guys. A lot of people have very similar things to say about Terraonion and their business practices, and it's not looking good. And I really hate that, because like I said, they make some of the best stuff out there, but I mean, the customers are really important, and especially when they're spending money like this. So I hope that Terraonion gets it together, and I hope they continue making really great products for guys like me who just really enjoy this retro gaming hobby. And I love seeing new technology mesh with the old technology. It's one of the coolest things ever. To be honest, Terraonion has been really, really amazing with that, and I hope that they continue to do so. I hope they can get back into the program and win their customers back, because after asking all over the internet, Reddit, Discord, Facebook, all these different groups of hardcore Neo Geo fans, not a lot of people have very good things to say about Terraonion, and I hate that, because like I said, they make some really good stuff. But if you take anything away from this video, if you have a 5 volt Neo-AES first revision Neo Geo AES console, your best bet is to get the Neo SD and not the Neo SD Pro. So thanks guys, I really appreciate you checking out this video. Thanks for liking and subscribing, and I'll catch you guys at the next video. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.